Valentine's Ghost. My name is Valentine. For 17 years, I believed my father was a war hero who died in Afghanistan. My mother named me after the last night they spent together before he shipped out. But when I finally found him, he wasn't dead. He was alive, living 2 hours away with a new family, telling the same lies to new children. And when I confronted him, he looked me in the eyes and said, "I never wanted a daughter." This is the story of how I destroyed the myth of the father I never had and saved the children he was abandoning all over again. I turned 17 on February 14th, Valentine's Day. That's how I got my name. Most people think it's cheesy or romantic. Some kids at school used to tease me about it. "Valentine, where's your Cupid? Where are your roses?" Haha, very funny. But the truth behind my name? It's not romantic at all. It's tragic. My name is Valentine Rodriguez, and I live in Tucson, Arizona, with my mom, Matilda. It's always been just the two of us. No dad, no siblings, no extended family, really. Mom's parents passed away when I was little, and she's an only child. Growing up, I asked about my father constantly. What did he look like? Where was he? Why wasn't he here? Mom would get this sad, faraway look in her eyes. "Your father was a soldier, mija. A good man. He loved me very much." "Where is he now?" "He's gone, baby. He went to war and never came home." That was all she'd say. For years, that was all I knew. My father was a soldier. He went to Afghanistan. He died or disappeared. The end. But on my 17th birthday this year, everything changed. We were having cake, just the two of us, like always. Chocolate with strawberry frosting, my favorite. Mom had bought me a silver necklace with a V pendant. It was beautiful. "Mom," I said, watching her cut the cake, "can I ask you something?" "Of course, mija." "Why did you really name me Valentine? I mean, I know I was born on Valentine's Day, but was there more to it?" She put down the knife. Her hands were shaking slightly. "You're old enough now," she said quietly. "You deserve to know the truth." She sat down across from me and took a deep breath. "Your father's name was Marcus Thompson. He was 22 when I met him. I was 21. We met at a friend's party in Phoenix in January 2007. He was Air Force, stationed at Luke Air Force Base. He was... God, Valentine, he was so handsome. Tall, strong, with these intense brown eyes. And he was kind. Funny. He made me feel like I was the only woman in the world. I'd never heard her talk about him like this. She was almost crying. We fell in love fast. Too fast, maybe. We only dated for a month, but it felt like forever. And then, on February 13th, 2007, he got his deployment orders. He was shipping out to Afghanistan in 48 hours. On Valentine's Day? No, on February 15th. So we had one last night together. February 14th. Valentine's Day. We stayed up all night, talking, laughing, making love. He told me he'd come back to me. He promised we'd get married. He said he wanted to build a life together. She wiped her eyes. That night, that was the night you were conceived. I felt chills run down my spine. The next morning, February 15th, I drove him to the base. He kissed me goodbye. He said, "I love you, Matilda. Wait for me." And then he was gone. And he never came back? Mom's face crumpled. He shipped out that day. For 2 months we wrote letters. He called when he could. And then, nothing. The letters stopped. The calls stopped. I tried contacting his unit, but they said he'd been transferred. I tried calling his cell phone. Disconnected. What happened to him? In May 2007, I found out I was pregnant with you. I tried desperately to reach him. I contacted the Air Force, sent letters to every address I had. Nothing. Finally, in August, 6 months pregnant, I got a visit from 2 officers. They told me Marcus Thompson had gone missing in action in Afghanistan, presumed dead. Oh my God. They gave me his dog tags, his personal effects, a folded flag. And that was it. The father of my child was gone, and I was alone. I was crying now. I'm so sorry, Mom. Don't be sorry, mija. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. When you were born on February 14th, 2008, exactly 9 months after that last night, I knew what your name had to be. Valentine. Because you were made from love, on the most romantic night of my life, with a man I thought I'd spend forever with. She held my hand across the table. Your father never got to meet you, but I know he would have loved you. He was a good man, Valentine. A hero. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? It was the story I'd been told my whole life, but something about it didn't sit right with me anymore. I couldn't let it go. For 17 years, I'd accepted that my father was dead or missing, but now something in my gut said there was more to the story. That night, after Mom went to bed, I opened my laptop and started searching. I knew his name, Marcus Thompson. Born 1985, so he'd be 39 now if he was alive. Air Force, stationed at Luke AFB. Deployed to Afghanistan in February 2007. I started with social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. There were dozens of Marcus Thompsons. Too many. Then I remembered. Mom said the Air Force had declared him missing in action. There would be records. Public records. I found a website for MIA/KIA soldiers. I searched every database I could find. Nothing. No Marcus Thompson listed as missing or killed in Afghanistan during 2007. That was weird. I tried the Air Force personnel database. Nothing public. But I found a forum for Air Force families, people looking for information about loved ones. I created an account and posted, looking for information about Marcus Thompson, Air Force, deployed to Afghanistan, February 2007, from Luke AFB. Went MIA, May 2007. Any information appreciated. I didn't expect much. But 3 days later, I got a private message from a user named AFWife2009. Hi Valentine, I saw your post about Marcus Thompson. I knew a Marcus Thompson at Luke AFB around that time. Is this the same person? What's his DOB? I didn't know his exact birth date. But I messaged back. Born 1985, from Phoenix area I think. Deployed February 2007. Do you know him? Her response came an hour later. If it's the same Marcus Thompson I'm thinking of, he's not dead or missing. He lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. He's a mechanic. Valentine, I don't want to get involved in family drama, but if you're looking for him, that's where he is. Good luck. I stared at the screen in shock. Not dead, not missing, alive. In Arizona, 2 hours north of Tucson. My father was alive. I didn't tell my mom. Not yet. I needed to be sure first. I spent the next 2 weeks digging. I used every free database I could find, every social media platform, every public record search, and I found him. Marcus Anthony Thompson, age 39, living at 2847 Pinewood Drive, Flagstaff, Arizona. Working as a mechanic at Thompson's Auto Repair, his own shop. I found his Facebook page. It was set to private, but his profile picture was public. It was him. I knew it was him because he looked exactly like me. Same dark curly hair, same deep brown eyes, same nose, same smile. I was looking at my father for the first time in my life. His page didn't say much. Married, lives in Flagstaff, AZ, works at Thompson's Auto Repair. Married, he was married. I created a fake Facebook profile. Sarah Mitchell, generic name, stock photo. I sent him a friend request. He didn't accept it. But I found his wife's profile. Her name was Jennifer Thompson, 37 years old. Her page was public. And there, in her photos, was my father. Marcus Thompson. Very much alive, at barbecues, on vacation in Sedona, at his auto shop, smiling, happy, living his life. No mention of Afghanistan. No mention of being in the military. No mention of being a war hero. Jennifer's page had hundreds of photos, but no children. Just her and Marcus. Then I found something that made my blood run cold. A post from Jennifer, dated March 3, 2018. 5 years today since Marcus came home from deployment. Thank God every day for his safe return. Love you, baby. 5 years ago from 2018. That would be 2013. Marcus had been deployed in 2013 and came back. He wasn't missing. He wasn't dead. But he deployed in 2007 when my mom was pregnant with me. I kept digging. I found an old MySpace page. Yeah, MySpace. Ancient history. But it was still up, frozen in time from 2009. Marcus Thompson's MySpace. His profile said, married to Kayla, father of 2. Married, father of 2. In 2009. I felt sick. I searched for Kayla Thompson, Flagstaff, Arizona. I found her. Kayla Morrison Thompson, now going by her maiden name, Kayla Morrison, age 41, living in Prescott, Arizona, single mother. And on her Facebook page, which was thankfully public, were photos of two kids. Brandon Morrison, age 23. Alexis Morrison, age 20. Her relationship status said, divorced. In a post from 2012, she'd written, 2 years since Marcus walked out on me and our kids, still waiting for child support. Anyone know a good lawyer? I read that post 5 times. Then I threw up. My father, the war hero, the missing soldier, the man who'd supposedly died for his country, had abandoned a wife and 2 children in 2010. And then he'd married someone else. I knew I had to tell my mom, but I needed more proof first. I needed to understand the full picture. I drove to Prescott, about an hour and a half from Tucson, and found Kayla Morrison's address through public records. I knocked on her door on a Saturday afternoon. A woman in her early 40s answered, looking tired. Can I help you? Are you Kayla Morrison? Yes. My name is Valentine Rodriguez. I think your ex-husband is my father. Her face went pale. Marcus? Yes. She invited me inside. Her house was small but clean. Photos of her kids everywhere. No photos of Marcus. Okay, she said, sitting across from me on a worn couch. Tell me everything. I told her about my mom, about the deployment, about Marcus supposedly going missing. Kayla laughed bitterly. Missing? That son of a bitch wasn't missing. He was right here in Arizona the whole time. What do you mean? Marcus and I got married in 2005. We had Brandon in 2006, Alexis in 2008. Marcus was Air Force, stationed at Luke. But he got in trouble, gambling, drinking, fighting. He was dishonorably discharged in 2007. 2007, the year he'd supposedly deployed. He never went to Afghanistan? Oh, he went, but not in 2007. He re-enlisted in 2012 after we separated. He did one tour, came back in 2013, and immediately filed for divorce. Left me with 2 kids and no support. Did he know about me? Kayla looked at me sadly. Honey, Marcus was cheating on me constantly. I knew about at least 3 other women while we were married. If your mom was pregnant in 2007, he absolutely knew. He just didn't care. But my mom said military officers came to tell her he was MIA. They didn't. I guarantee you they didn't. Because Marcus was never MIA. He was dishonorably discharged. The military wouldn't send officers for that. Your mom, she probably just lost contact with him and assumed the worst. I felt like my entire world was collapsing. Where is he now? Flagstaff. He owns an auto shop. He's married to some woman named Jennifer. And get this, he tells everyone he never had kids. He denies Brandon and Alexis exist. Hasn't paid a dime of child support in 13 years. I gave up trying to get anything from him. How do your kids feel about that? Kayla's eyes filled with tears. Brandon hates him, wants nothing to do with him. But Alexis still has hope. She thinks maybe one day he'll come back, that he'll want to be her dad again. She doesn't understand that Marcus doesn't want children. He never did. I left Kayla's house with a mission. Marcus Thompson had destroyed multiple families. He'd lied to my mother. He'd abandoned his first wife and 2 kids. And now he was playing happy husband with a 3rd woman who had no idea who she'd really married. I drove to Flagstaff the next weekend. I told my mom I was visiting a friend at Northern Arizona University. She believed me. I found Thompson's Auto Repair easily, a modest shop on the east side of town. I parked across the street and watched. Marcus was there, working on a car. Even from a distance, I could see myself in him, the way he moved, the way he stood. I wanted to walk in there and scream at him, but I needed to be smart. Instead, I waited until he left for the day. Then I followed him home. 2847 Pinewood Drive. A nice 2-story house in a quiet neighborhood. Middle class. Comfortable. A woman came out to greet him, Jennifer, his wife. They kissed. They looked happy. I waited until the next day, when Marcus's truck was gone. He'd left for work. Then I knocked on the door. Jennifer answered. She was pretty, blonde, friendly-looking. Hi, can I help you? Hi, Mrs. Thompson. My name is Valentine Rodriguez. This is going to sound crazy, but I'm Marcus's daughter. Her smile disappeared. What? Can I come in? I have some things I need to show you. She looked confused, but she let me in. We sat in her living room. I showed her everything. My birth certificate, father listed as Marcus Anthony Thompson. Photos of my mom and Marcus from 2007 that I'd found in mom's old photo albums. Letters Marcus had written to my mom before he disappeared. This can't be right, Jennifer said, shaking her head. Marcus told me he never had kids. He said he'd never been married before me. He was married to a woman named Kayla. They had 2 kids, Brandon and Alexis. No, that's not true. I showed her Kayla's Facebook, the photos, the divorce records I'd pulled from public records. Jennifer started crying. He told me. He said he'd done one tour in Afghanistan in 2013, came back, and then met me in 2014. He said I was his first real relationship. We got married in 2015. He said he wanted kids, but we've been trying for years, and it hasn't happened. He always said it was my fault. Jennifer, I'm so sorry, but he's lying. He has 3 kids. He just abandoned all of us. She was sobbing now. I gave up everything for him. I moved here from California. I don't have family nearby. I work from home so I can be here when he needs me. And he's been lying this whole time? There's something else, I said gently. I think he has more secrets. What do you mean? Can you check his phone records, his emails, anything? She wiped her eyes. He has a home office. He keeps it locked, but I know where he hides the key. We went upstairs. She unlocked his office, a small room with a desk, computer, filing cabinets. We started searching. What we found was worse than I imagined. In Marcus's filing cabinet, we found documents. Lots of documents. Child support notices from Pima County. For a child named Years.He Thompson, age 8. Mother Lisa Garcia, Phoenix. Another notice from Maricopa County. For a child named Marcus Thompson Jr., age 5. Mother Ashley Williams, Tempe. Marcus had at least 5 children, possibly more. Oh my God, Jennifer whispered. Oh my God, oh my God! We found more. Bank statements showing monthly payments to multiple women. Emails from women demanding child support. Threats of legal action. And then we found the current situation. Letters addressed to Jennifer, but opened and hidden by Marcus. From a law firm. Lisa Garcia was suing for back child support, $47,000. Ashley Williams had also filed suit, $32,000. Marcus owed nearly $80,000 in child support for children Jennifer didn't even know existed. He's going to lose everything, Jennifer said. Our house, our savings, everything. Jennifer, there's more. I showed her emails I'd found on his computer. He'd been emailing both Lisa and Ashley, telling them he was deployed overseas, that he couldn't send money because he was serving his country. He's telling them he's deployed? Yeah, he's using the military as an excuse, but he's not deployed. He's right here. Jennifer's shock turned to rage. That bastard, that lying, manipulative bastard. There's something else, I said, scrolling through more emails. Look at these. Emails to Ashley Williams' kids. Years.He, age 8, and Marcus Jr., age 5. Marcus had been sending them emails, pretending to be deployed, telling them he loved them, that he'd come home soon, that he was fighting for his country. He's making these kids think he's a war hero, I said. They're waiting for him to come home. They think he's overseas, but he's 20 minutes away. Jennifer was shaking with anger. Those poor children. Jennifer, I need your help. We need to expose him. What do you want to do? I want to find these women. I want to show them the truth, and I want to make him pay for what he's done to all of us. Over the next 2 weeks, Jennifer and I became unlikely allies. She contacted Lisa Garcia and Ashley Williams. She explained everything, that Marcus wasn't deployed, that he was living in Flagstaff, that he'd been lying to everyone. Lisa was devastated. My kids ask about their daddy every single day. They pray for him at night. They think he's a hero. Ashley was furious. That son of a bitch told me he was in Syria. He sent me fake photos in military gear. I can't believe I fell for it. We all agreed to meet. Valentine Rodriguez, me. Jennifer Thompson, current wife. Kayla Morrison, first wife. Lisa Garcia, mother of Years.He, 8. And Ashley Williams, mother of Marcus Jr., 5. 5 women. 5 destroyed families. 1 man. We met at a lawyer's office in Phoenix. Jennifer had hired her own lawyer, a fierce woman named Patricia Delgado, who specialized in family law. Ladies, Patricia said, what Marcus Thompson has done is not just morally reprehensible. It's illegal. He's committed fraud. He owes massive amounts of child support. and he's been using military status to evade his responsibilities. We can take him to court and win." "What about the kids?" Lisa asked. "My daughter thinks her dad is a soldier. How do I tell her he's been lying?" "We tell the truth," I said, "because they deserve it. Just like I deserve to know the truth about my father." We spent hours going through evidence. Between all of us, we had 5 children's birth certificates listing Marcus as father. DNA tests. Lisa and Ashley had both done them years ago. Child support orders. He'd ignored bank records showing he had money but wasn't paying. Emails where he lied about being deployed. Photos he'd sent in fake military gear. We found the costume website where he'd ordered it. Patricia smiled grimly. "We have enough to bury him. I want full custody of our kids," Kayla said, "and I want him to pay every penny he owes." "Same," said Lisa and Ashley. "I want a divorce," Jennifer said, "and I want half of everything. The house, the business, all of it." Patricia looked at me. "Valentine, what do you want?" I thought about it. "I want him to look me in the eye and admit what he did. I want him to apologize to my mother, and I want him to pay for every year he wasn't there." "Done. Let's destroy this man." We set up the confrontation carefully. Jennifer called Marcus at work. "Hey, honey, can you come home early? I have a surprise for you." He came home at 4 p.m., expecting, I don't know, maybe a nice dinner? What he found was all 5 of us waiting in his living room. Me, Jennifer, Kayla, Lisa, and Ashley, plus Patricia the lawyer, plus a process server who'd be delivering legal papers. The look on his face when he walked in was priceless. Shock, fear, and then immediate defensiveness. "What the hell is this? Jennifer, what's going on?" "Sit down, Marcus," Jennifer said coldly. "I'm not sitting down. Who are these people?" "I'm Valentine," I said, standing up. "Your daughter. The one you abandoned before I was even born." He stared at me. I watched his face carefully. No recognition. No remorse. Just anger. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Matilda Rodriguez, Tucson, Arizona, February 2007. Ring any bells?" "I've never heard that name in my life." "Liar!" Kayla stood up. "Don't you dare lie. You know exactly who you are and what you've done." "Kayla?" He looked genuinely shocked to see her. "What are you doing here?" "I'm here with my daughter," Kayla said, pointing at me. "One of your many children you pretend don't exist." Lisa and Ashley stood up too. "Remember us, Marcus?" Lisa said. "Or did you forget about Destiny and Marcus Jr. too?" His face went pale. "How many of us are there, Marcus?" Ashley demanded. "How many women did you knock up and abandon? How many kids have you denied?" He looked at Jennifer. "Baby, I can explain." "Don't," Jennifer said. "Don't you dare. I've seen everything, Marcus. The child support notices you hid from me. The emails, the fake deployment photos. I know everything." He tried to leave. The process server blocked the door. "Marcus Anthony Thompson, you're being served with multiple lawsuits, child support back payments, fraud charges, and divorce proceedings." He took the papers with shaking hands. "This is crazy. You're all crazy. I'm not." "We have DNA tests," Lisa shouted. "We have birth certificates. We have your signatures on documents. Stop lying." "Why?" I asked quietly. "Why did you do this? Why did you tell all of us you were deployed when you were right here? Why did you make children believe you were a war hero when you were just a deadbeat dad?" He looked at me with cold eyes. "Because I never wanted kids. Any of you. I never wanted to be a father." The room went silent. "Then why did you keep having them?" Kayla asked. "Why did you keep sleeping with women without protection if you didn't want kids?" "That was their responsibility, not mine." "You're disgusting," Jennifer said. "Get out. Get out of this house right now." "This is my house." "Actually," Patricia spoke up, "as of 10 minutes ago, there's a restraining order preventing you from entering this residence. You need to leave immediately, or I'll call the police." He looked around at all of us, 5 women and 5 children whose lives he'd destroyed. And he laughed. He actually laughed. "You're all pathetic. Chasing after a man who doesn't want you. Good luck getting anything from me. I'll declare bankruptcy before I pay you a dime." He walked out, slamming the door behind him. We all sat in stunned silence. Then Lisa started crying. "My daughter thinks he's a hero. How do I tell her the truth?" "We tell her together," I said. All of us. We tell all the kids together. Because they deserve to know they have siblings. They deserve to know they're not alone. The legal battle took 6 months. Marcus fought everything. He claimed the DNA tests were fake. He claimed we were all lying. He even tried to claim he'd never met any of us. But we had evidence. Mountains of it. The trial was brutal. Marcus's lawyer tried to paint us as vengeful women, trying to ruin an innocent man's life. Patricia destroyed them. She brought in Marcus's bank records, showing he'd made over $200,000 last year from his auto shop, but hadn't paid a penny in child support. She brought in the emails where he'd faked being deployed. She brought in testimony from his former commanding officer, who confirmed Marcus had been dishonorably discharged in 2007 for misconduct. But the most powerful moment came when she brought in the children. Brandon, now 24, Kayla's son. My father abandoned me when I was 10. I haven't seen him in 14 years. He owes my mother $120,000 in back child support. We almost lost our house multiple times. Alexis, now 21, Kayla's daughter. She cried through her testimony. I used to wait by the window for him. My mom told me he was gone, but I thought maybe he'd come back. Maybe he still loved me, but he never did. Destiny, age 8, Lisa's daughter. She was so small on the witness stand. My daddy is a soldier. He fights bad guys. Mommy said he's coming home soon. The judge's face was heartbroken. Sweetheart, has anyone told you the truth about your father? Destiny looked confused. What truth? Lisa stood up, crying. Baby, Daddy isn't deployed. He's been living here in Arizona the whole time. He didn't want to see us. Watching an 8-year-old's face crumble as she realized her hero father was a lie. That broke everyone in the courtroom. Marcus Jr., age 5, Ashley's son. Too young to really testify, but the judge talked to him anyway. Do you know your daddy? He's fighting bad guys in the army. He's going to come home and play with me. Ashley sobbed. And then it was my turn. I stood up in front of the judge and spoke clearly. Your Honor, my name is Valentine Rodriguez. I'm 17 years old. My mother named me Valentine because I was conceived on Valentine's Day, the last night she spent with Marcus Thompson before he told her he was deploying to Afghanistan. She believed he was MIA for 17 years. She kept his dog tags. She told me stories about how brave he was. I grew up believing my father was a hero who died serving his country. I looked directly at Marcus. And then I found out he wasn't dead. He was alive. He'd been alive this whole time, living 2 hours away from me. And when I found him, when I showed up at his door, you know what he said to me? Silence in the courtroom. He said, I never wanted a daughter. Those were his exact words. I never wanted a daughter. Not, I'm sorry I wasn't there. Not, I wish I'd known about you. Just, I never wanted you. I was crying now, but I kept going. Your Honor, Marcus Thompson isn't a war hero. He's a coward. He's a liar. He's a man who's destroyed 6 lives and feels no remorse. He owes over $200,000 in child support to 4 different women. He owns a profitable business, but claims he can't afford $500 a month for his own children. He sent fake emails to 8-year-olds pretending to be deployed overseas just so he wouldn't have to face what he'd done, and he needs to pay for all of it. The judge looked at Marcus with pure disgust. Mr. Thompson, do you have anything to say for yourself? Marcus stood up. His lawyer tried to stop him, but he spoke anyway. They're all lying. I never promised any of them anything. I don't owe them anything. Just because I slept with them doesn't make me responsible for their choices. Their choices? The judge repeated. You mean the children you fathered? I didn't want kids. I made that clear. Then perhaps you should have taken precautions, Mr. Thompson. That was their responsibility. The courtroom erupted. The judge banged his gavel. Enough! Mr. Thompson, I have heard enough from you. This court finds you liable for back child support in the amount of $207,000, to be paid immediately. You will also pay ongoing child support of $1,800 per month for Destiny Garcia, $1,500 per month for Marcus Thompson Jr., and a lump sum of $50,000 to Valentine Rodriguez for lost child support over 17 years. I don't have that kind of money. Then you'll sell your business, Mr. Thompson. You'll sell your cars. You'll sell everything you own. Because these children deserved a father, and since you refuse to be one, you'll at least provide financial support. The judge turned to Jennifer. Mrs. Thompson, in the matter of your divorce, This court awards you 75% of all marital assets, including the primary residence and Mr. Thompson's auto shop. You are also awarded $50,000 in damages for fraud and emotional distress. Marcus stood up, furious. You can't do this. That shop is mine. I built it. You built it with money that should have gone to supporting your children, Mr. Thompson. Sit down. He tried to argue more, but his lawyer pulled him back down. The judge looked at all of us, the mothers, the children, the destroyed families. I'm truly sorry for what this man has put you all through. No amount of money will give you back the years he stole from you, but I hope this brings some measure of justice. We won. We actually won. It's been a year since the trial. Marcus sold his auto shop to pay what he owed. He's working at a Jiffy Lube now, making $15 an hour. His wages are garnished every month for child support. He filed for bankruptcy, but the judge denied it, said child support debt isn't dischargeable. Jennifer divorced him and kept the house. She's dating someone new now, a genuinely good guy who actually wants kids. They're talking about adopting. Kayla finally got the child support she was owed. Brandon graduated from Arizona State University. Alexis is in college now, studying to be a social worker. She wants to help other kids who grew up without fathers. Lisa moved to a better neighborhood. Destiny is in therapy, working through her feelings about her father. It's hard, but she's resilient. And she knows now that she has siblings. All of us. Ashley and Marcus Jr. moved in with Ashley's parents for extra support. Marcus Jr. is too young to fully understand yet, but when he's older, we'll all be there to help him through it. And me? I'm 18 now. I graduated high school last month. I'm starting at the University of Arizona in the fall, studying social work like Alexis, because I want to help families that have been torn apart. I finally told my mom everything about 6 months ago. It was the hardest conversation of my life. She cried for days. Not because Marcus was alive, but because she'd wasted 17 years grieving a man who'd never deserved her love in the first place. I'm so sorry, Misha, she said. I built him up in your mind. I made him a hero when he was just a coward. You didn't know, Mom. He lied to you too. Still, you deserve to know the truth. I know it now. And Mom, I'm glad I only had you, because you're the best parent I could have asked for. You did the work of 2 people. You gave me everything, and you loved me enough for both of you. She hugged me tight. I love you so much, Valentine. I love you too, Mom. As for my name, I used to hate it. I thought it was a constant reminder of a father I'd never know. But now, I've reclaimed it. My name is Valentine, and I was made from love. Not romantic love between my parents, but the love my mother poured into me every single day for 17 years. I'm not defined by the father who abandoned me. I'm defined by the mother who stayed. And that's enough. People ask me if I'm angry at my father. The truth is, I'm not anymore. I was for a while, furious actually. But anger takes energy, and Marcus Thompson doesn't deserve any more of my energy. What I've learned from all of this is that biology doesn't make you a parent. Showing up does. Being there does. Loving someone unconditionally does. I have 4 half-siblings now: Brandon, Alexis, Destiny, and Marcus Jr. We're trying to build relationships. It's weird and complicated, but we're all in therapy and we're figuring it out together. We call ourselves the Abandoned Thompson Kids Club. Dark humor, I know. But it helps. The irony is that Marcus spent his whole life running from fatherhood, and now he's stuck paying for 5 kids he never wanted. His wages are garnished until the youngest turns 18, which means he'll be paying child support for the next 13 years. Karma's a bitch. As for me, I'm moving forward. I'm building a life not defined by what I lost, but by what I found. Strength, resilience, and a family of women and children who survived the same man's cruelty. My father didn't die in Afghanistan. He was never a war hero. He was just a man who couldn't face the consequences of his own actions. But I'm not going to let his cowardice define my story. I'm Valentine Rodriguez. I'm 18 years old. And I'm going to be the person my father never was. Someone who shows up. Someone who keeps their promises. Someone who loves unconditionally. Because I had a mother who taught me what real love looks like. And that's the greatest gift anyone could ask for. Thank you for listening to my story. It's not easy to share, but I hope it helps someone out there who's going through something similar. If you're a child who grew up without a parent, know that their absence doesn't define your worth. If you're a single parent doing the work of 2 people, know that you're a hero. You're doing enough. You're enough. And if you're someone who's walked away from your responsibilities, from your children, it's never too late to make things right. But it starts with accountability. It starts with showing up. Hit that like button if this story resonated with you. Subscribe for more real stories about family, betrayal, justice, and survival. And drop a comment below. Do you think Marcus got what he deserved? What would you have done in my situation? Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. The end.